Welcome, my fellow seekers, to the Law of One. Now let's get to it. Doing metaphysical work. And that work of the discipline of the personality. Having guarded us with statements about the necessity of proceeding work in consciousness with persistent and conscientious daily work in keeping the lower bodily energy centers clear, I feel ready to share information on doing the adept's work, or work in consciousness, within the upper energy centers. The seats of this work are the green, blue, and indigo rays, or chakras. Although much pure work is done in indigo alone, regardless of other centers used, the energies of the seeker will suggest in which of his or her energy centers the work done will reside, whether the indigo of completely inner work, the blue of clear teaching and communication, and or the green ray of healing and compassionate understanding. Dawn asks those of Ra, questioner, how do disciplines of the personality feed the indigo ray energy center? I am Ra. The disciplined personality, when faced with an other self, has all centers balanced according to its unique balance. Thusly, the other self looks in a mirror, seeing itself. Questioner, the disciplines of the personality are the paramount work of any who have become consciously aware of the process of evolution. Am I correct on this statement? I am Ra. Quite. The heart of the discipline of the personality is threefold. 1. Know yourself. 2. Accept yourself. 3. Become the creator. The third step is that step which, when accomplished, renders one the most humble servant of all, transparent in personality and completely able to know and accept other selves. In relation to the purest of the magical working, the continuing discipline of the personality involves the adept in knowing itself, accepting itself, and thus clearing the path towards the great indigo gateway to the Creator. To become the Creator is to become all that there is. There is, then, no personality in the sense with which the adept begins its learned teaching. As the consciousness of the indigo ray becomes more crystalline, more work may be done, more may be expressed from intelligent infinity. The instructions on the face of it are simple. Know yourself. Accept yourself. Become the creator. This is a challenging statement, calling one to the self-acceptance necessary to accept others. The becoming of the creator that allows one to see all as one with the self and loved as the self. We are trying to get the measure of our personalities here, those shells of gifts and biases with which we equipped ourselves to sally forth into this world of shadow, service, and learning. I believe that is exactly what our surface selves really amount to. Just a shell, a personality shell, we shall shed at death as a butterfly lifts her wings to the sunlight to glisten and dry and flies free of the cocoon altogether. We can certainly get through this life without once glimpsing our deeper and more abiding nature, but we accelerate the pace of our spiritual evolution by focusing consciously on knowing and accepting the self at a deeper and deeper level. Those of QO say, basically, you are attempting, through the choices you make, to become more aware of who you really are and what your personal truth consists in. As you came into this incarnational experience, you were looking forward to the opportunity to enter into the transforming of the self alchemy with great enthusiasm and gusto. For the veil of forgetting was not yet in place, and you saw the incredible opportunity to learn and to serve in the name of love. And like all those who are not in the thick of things, you thought it would be easier than it turned out to be. We thought we would remember past the veil of forgetting too, and look at the time it took most of us to remember who we really are. Karen points out that we can drown ourselves in our environment too deeply to hear our own thoughts. Others may say I spend too much time alone, yet this is the time when I can truly find myself. If you are constantly surrounded by other people and their non-stop talk, how can you ever hear yourself? There is too much commotion to find yourself. Thus, you go through life living through other people's perceptions and visions, listening to the talk show host on the radio or television narrows your perspective into their view of life. Reading the daily newspaper first thing in the morning sets your day along their perceived views. It tends to bring about a dark cloud of separatism and negative programming. Why not take some time and find out what your view of life is, instead of incorporating other people's perceptions? Why not be original and true to yourself for a change? Why not take time to think your own thoughts? Maybe you have something more important to say. You will never know if you don't give it a chance. Challenge yourself to think through your perceptions of life. Where did they come from? Were they developed early in your life by your parents, teachers, ministers, priests, superiors? Are they appropriate for you now, or are you just comfortable with them because you have become them? It is too easy to slide through life not questioning, just getting by, staying the same no matter what. QO talks about accepting the self. The first gift of the spiritual wayfarer is the time and the energy to move within, to work upon the discipline of the personality, that more and more of the personality may be imbued with the indigo ray of joyful, accepting love of self. This is such good advice. It is very hard advice to take, for we know our thoughts, and some of them are hard to accept as they arise. But persevere. We need to accept our whole selves as we are. Only that which is accepted can readily be transformed. Those of Laetos give us an overview of the third instruction, to become the creator. We are aware that entities upon your planet at this time seek with great intensity the meaning of their lives and the path which might bring them that which might be called enlightenment. Many are the ways which your people have chosen to seek this path throughout the history of your planet. Each path has provided integral pieces of the puzzle, shall we say, which are most necessary for the sincere seeker to utilize in the polarization of the self to a degree which is, shall we say, harvestable. Many such paths have produced those called the saints, the avatars, the gurus, each of which, through disciplined exercises of many kinds, has been able to balance the centers of energy in your body-mind-spirit complex to a degree that is necessary for this harvest into the next density of the illusion of the one Creator. Each discipline, while providing a viable path for the spiritual evolution, also contains those facets which may be considered distortions or misapprehensions of certain spiritual qualities and descriptions. It is our humble understanding that the path of spiritual evolution must be one which is straight and narrow and of some considerable length, traveling through many illusions and densities, with the one goal of becoming one with the Creator. What this means for each entity in any illusion is that the instreamings of the love light of the one Creator are available for use by each entity. This love light, or prana, is being channeled through the energy centers or chakras, if you will, in such a manner that the light is used efficiently, each density providing the seeker of union with a greater intensity of light. So, this third instruction, to become the Creator, is one we begin here in third density, but pursue throughout the present octave of densities until we return to the source, having truly at last become once again the Creator from which we sprang. Here is how to be joyful. Upon the arising, turn to the Infinite One, and instant by instant, turn again to the Infinite One, again and again, in all things giving thanks, in all conditions rejoicing. Turn again to the Infinite One, and rest in that peace which truly the world does not know. Joy is a living energy as powerful and as effective a teacher as sorrow. However, it demands of the seeker a self-imposing discipline of the personality which looks beyond ease and comfort and energizes and exhorts the self again and again, unceasingly to rejoice, give praise, and offer thanksgiving to the Infinite One. As we offer praise, prayer, and thanksgiving, we do become more like the deity to whom we speak, and who speaks in silence and power in return.